Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'll be giving you tips on how to crack the technical interview, which is the most and the last part of the placement series. Okay, so this video I'll be focusing only on core engineering and not related to IT or computer science or software development roles. Okay, this is for core engineering because they have certain things in common. Okay, so when I mean core, I mean chemical, mechanical, civil, electrical, electronics, these core engineering branches. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, every core engineering has certain core subjects. Okay, so those courses make the basis. For example, in chemical, if you see thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, heat transfer, mass transfer, kinetics and reactor design, process dynamics control, and process design principles. These 7 courses form the basis. So these 7 are the most important when you take chemical. Like that, you'll be having certain courses in mechanical, civil, electrical, right? So first you should focus on those subjects. And what happens is that in interviews, sometimes the interviewer may ask what is your favorite subject and will start questions on that subject. So out of these core subjects, you should choose your 3 most favorite subjects and be thorough in that. Because the interviewer, if he asks what is your favorite subject, you can say that, so, okay sir, my favorite subject is heat transfer, and the interviewer may start asking questions from that subject. But sometimes it is possible that the interviewer may not ask you what is your favorite subject, but he will ask questions from random, like some other subject on of his own. So that is why you should be thorough in the core subjects, but you can keep 3 subjects as your priority if given a choice. Okay, so how the interview proceeds is that if he asks you what is your favorite subject, and for example you tell heat transfer, so he will start asking questions from that, and you cannot expect him to give a problem statement and you sit and solve the problem, use formulas, use calculator, then you tell the final answer. The interview is not going to be like that. The interviewer is going to ask you the basic fundamental concepts. Okay, so the thing is that if you're going to mug up, then you can't crack it. See, you should actually understand the fundamentals. See, in fact, what I suggest you is that when the interviewer asks you a question, you should not just tell the definition, or you should not tell this is this. You should actually explain it such a manner that you are a teacher and you are teaching the person who's in front of you what that concept is about. Only then it will be like you actually know the concept and you're teaching it, so it looks like you are strong in that concept rather than just telling that definition. I hope you get it. So he will be asking you the fundamental questions and you need to answer that. And if you answer that question, he will ask you, like, you will be giving an answer, right? From that answer, he will frame one more question, and you will answer that question, he will frame one more question. So it goes on like that. Suppose you start from heat transfer, you say some answer, and that answer may be related to let's say thermodynamics. Then he will ask questions related to thermodynamics. So this is how from one subject you go to the other subject, and from thermodynamics maybe you will talk about the rate of the reaction, then he will start asking questions related to kinetics. So the interviews will start from one subject, from maybe your favorite subject, and it goes to other subjects. Okay, and sometimes if you are smart enough, you can actually manipulate this. Okay, see, for example, if you know that you are not strong in fluid mechanics, okay, so when you answer a certain number of if you answer a questions, make sure that you don't tell anything related to fluid mechanics. In fact, you can just if possible try to answer the question. If you like thermodynamics as your second favorite subject, try to answer the question in terms of thermodynamics, so that the next question which you can expect will be from thermodynamics rather than fluid mechanics. Okay, see, this is where you should smartly answer the question. It's not just that you will be answering the correct question, but you have to answer a question in such a manner that the next question will be in your favorite subject or in which you are comfortable in. Okay, I hope you get it. And this process goes on till you fail to answer the questions. So maybe like he will give you 3 chances. If you fail to answer all 3 questions, then the interview comes to an end. In my case, I started my interview from heat transfer. It went to thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, then I think it went to KRD, then finally it went to process dynamic control, and I was unable to answer and the interview got over there. Okay, so this is how the major part of the technical interview goes. Okay, the next thing is that if in chemical engineering, some example is that if you see distillation column and heat exchangers, PNID diagrams, these are some of the questions which you can expect with more than 99% probability. Okay, so because these are the most fundamentals in chemical engineering, so make sure that you are thorough with parts of heat exchangers, parts of distillation column, and what is it, how to frame heat exchanger network and everything like that. So make sure that you give more attention to distillation column and heat exchanger irrespective of your favorite subject. Okay, and next, these are the first set of questions from your core subjects. The next questions may come from your electives. For example, say if you are taken a course related to petroleum refining, okay, and if the company is related to oil and gas company, then there is high chances that you will get questions from that elective. So that is why I say whatever you put on your resume, make sure that you are thorough with all of it, because you may expect questions from any of the part which you have mentioned on the resume. This is with respect to electives. Next comes the questions based on your work experience, research and projects. Okay, so the interviewer may ask you to explain about your project. Okay, see, he might not know about that project, but you need to explain it, and while you explain, you will be using some you will be explaining some concepts also, right? From that concepts you will get questions. For example, in one of the project I worked on vapor liquid equilibrium. So when I said equilibrium, I got questions from what is equilibrium and other related thermodynamics, phase diagram, something like that. Okay, so first is questions based on your core subjects. Next is questions based on your electives mentioned on your resume, and next questions based on your projects, work experience and research based ones. Okay, so these 3 are the major parts of a technical interview. To be honest, technical interview is not that difficult to crack if you have already cracked other previous rounds. Okay, why? Because the questions are going to be really easy. Okay, see, they don't expect you to answer all 10 questions out of 10 questions. Even if you answered 6 questions correctly out of the 10, you can impress that interviewer. Okay, and most important one, suppose you don't know a particular answer, please don't try to guess some random answer. Okay, see, it will lead to 2 things. One thing, if you guess wrongly, then the next question may come from that concept, and if you don't know that concept, again it's going to be a problem. The second thing is that you are unnecessarily wasting the time of the interviewer. See, if you don't know, please tell, sorry sir, I don't know the answer, I'll try to find it out. Or you can say, sorry sir, currently I don't remember it. Something like that. Okay, tell politely that you don't know, so that he will go to the next question. Okay, so these are the major tips for how to crack your technical interviews. Trust me guys, it's gonna be really easy, only that you get nervous so that it becomes more complicated. And other than these questions, the other expected questions are that please introduce yourself at the beginning of the interview, because the interviewer wants to know who are you. See, they will be knowing your resume, but they just wanted to know you more personally. Okay, you can tell your name, where are you from. If you want, you can tell your CGPA, your college, branch, what are your research interests or subject interests, and what are your hobbies. These things you can mention in that introduce yourself concept. And finally, they'll ask you, tell me, like, do you have any questions for that? As I said before in my previous videos, you should prepare some questions before the interview itself, so that you'll ask that questions during that time. Okay, if you don't know what to ask during that, do you have any questions? I highly recommend you to go and check my previous videos on the campus placement series. And here we come to the end of the campus placement series. Definitely, if you had seen all my videos and follow all my tips, I guarantee you that you get placed in your dream job. Okay guys, all the best for your placements. Bye bye.